Hello everyone, back to today's second video. We're going to have a look at the ECMWF 42-day forecast for today's second video. So we're going to go through the next 6 weeks worth of mean sea level pressure, 500 millibar height, temperature and precipitation anomalies. See what the ECM is showing, and that'll take us well into May, of course. First video release today was our quick forecast for the next 2 or 3 days, just lasting 3 or 4 minutes. So have a look at that one if you have not checked it out. It's a nice little feature, nice little upload at 7 AM every morning. We're going to have GMA Friday coming up for you. That's going to be another extended look at, and a 10 to 14 day as well. So a busy old day at GavsWeatherVids today. The 10 to 14 day bringing update with all of the latest developments with the northerly blast, of course, and risk of snow over Easter. So that's going to be an interesting watch. And then we're live streaming after 10 o'clock. I'm live streaming with Sav. After 10 o'clock, Gavin Sam, after 10, we're going to be raising money for the air ambulance, hopefully, and also having a laugh as well. So we'll see you live after 10. Busy old day at GavsWeatherVids Day. Busy Easter, actually. More about that later. Right, so let's get on with the ECMWF 42-day forecast for you then. So we're going to begin by having a look at the week 1 mean sea level pressure anomaly, focusing on Ireland and the UK for this one. By the way, the wider European outlook is like on a Tuesday. Right, so week 1 takes us from the 5th through to the 12th of April. A mid-Atlantic ridge going up to Greenland with a trough of low pressure digging in over Scandinavia. Winds going into the north, therefore, with that a cold week to come, and going to be pretty wintry as well for Ireland and the UK, if that's right. This is the wider 500 millibar height anomaly view. Again, we're blocking around Greenland, extending down into mid-Atlantic, trough of low pressure to east and northeast. Winds again in from the north. So, yeah, we're back into the pattern that we had on and off throughout much of the winter with this, actually. Temperature anomalies for week 1 from the 5th through to 12th of April, coming out substantially colder than average, not just the UK, but through most parts of northern and Western Europe too. We're into those rather darker blue colours, which is telling you temperature between 3 and 6 degrees below average there. So a proper old cold start to April. Rather unsettled to the precipitation anomaly for week 1 from the 5th through to 12th of April, looking wetter than average, particularly to the north and east of the UK. Scandinavia also above average with precipitation, and much of northern Europe, and a lot of that will be snow, of course, with those northerly winds digging in, despite the fact that it's April. You can see where mid-Atlantic ridge is, can't you, out here in the Atlantic Ocean, where it's drier than average. That's where we've got high pressure pushing up through the North Atlantic up to Greenland. Right, that's week 1 done. Let's have a look at week 2, which will take us from the 12th to the 19th of April. All change, again, this week, much more spring-like now, with high pressure developing across many parts of Europe. Lower pressure out in the Atlantic, and winds and jet stream direction probably doing something like that. So you should be bringing the wind up from the west or from the southwest. With that should be quite a lot milder, I would have thought there, for the UK and for Ireland too. Let's have a look at the week 2 500 millibar height anomaly. And again, it's a suggestion that winds going to the west to southwest. So low pressure here in the North Atlantic, high pressure around Spain, reaching over to central parts of Europe. And again, that means that wind direction should be coming in from the west or a southwesterly direction. It should be a much milder week, therefore. Week 2 temperature anomaly. Actually, not all that much milder. It is significantly milder down to our southwest. So Spain, Portugal, mild average. So Ireland and the UK, we're probably still hovering, quite close to average or slightly below, if anything. So it's not particularly exciting with the temperatures. It's also wetter though, so these west-southwest winds are bringing in above average precipitation. So quite a wet week, a little bit mild, a little bit less cold than week 1, but nothing to get excited about, nothing to write home about. Right, week 3 will take us from the 19th to 26th of April. And we're looking like this. So low pressure again will be over and to the west of the country, and just bringing in like a westerly flow. So this looks pretty unsettled again as we're going into week 3. The 500 millibar height anomaly looks like that. Again, quite unsettled. Low pressure just to the west of the country. Income the west to southwesterly winds, so looks like it's going to be quite cool and quite unsettled as well. Week 3, temperature anomalies a little bit above average now through the western side of Europe. So UK, you know, just a little bit above average. This is a slightly milder week. Again, nothing to get excited about, but looks like temperature gradually recover as we progress through April. Of course, low pressure dominating, it is still quite unsettled as well, with the precipitation anomaly for week 3 coming out above average. Week 4 will take us from the 26th of April to the 3rd of May. This one looking quite unsettled. Again, low pressure sort of down through the western side of Europe, and maybe hints of a little bit of a mid-Atlantic ridge trying to get going again there. And we might actually be on the cold side of the jet stream with that again. So a bit of a trough in the 500 millibar flow. Let's confirm that with the 500 millibar height anomaly for week 4. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't show the trough like digging down into France and Spain, but there is a trough low pressure over the UK and Ireland. There is a bit of a mid-Atlantic ridge, so we may well be finding ourselves going on to the cool side of jet stream. The ridge over here across eastern Europe is where the heat's going to be pulling up the air from Africa, of course. But it looks like we could be quite cool and unsettled there as we come into the end of April. Temperature anomalies for week 4 just hint at going a bit cooler again. Look at this, just going to drop a little bit to the UK and for Ireland in week 4. And the precipitation anomaly for week 4, again, it's very close to average. It's still getting ever weaker, but probably hints at being slightly on the wetter side, if anything. Right, that's that one done. Let's go through to week 5. If you're enjoying this extended look ahead with the ECMWF extended model, then please smash the like button. Let us know in the comments what you think. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. This is week 5, mean sea level pressure anomaly, again with low pressure across France in particular this time. The signals are getting weaker, ever weaker the further out we're going, but it all looks rather unsettled, this, doesn't it? The 500 millibar height anomaly suggesting some sort of trough in the 500 millibar flow to the northwest, and so therefore it could just be generally rather cool and rather unsettled again, I think. The temperature anomaly looks rather above average for many parts of Europe, but for Ireland, the UK, and the far west of Europe, again, perched on the edges of the continent, you know, looking quite cool there, quite cool for week 5, averaged cool. And the precipitation anomaly, again, no particular signal by this point, nothing useful to draw from that chart. But I would have thought still probably quite an unsettled week based on the mean sea level pressure and 500 millibar height anomaly. And then finally week 6 is the 10th through to the 17th of May. Let's see what that one is showing. This could be a little bit better if you like warmer, drier weather. This has some higher pressure just to our east and should therefore be bringing in rather more of an easterly or southeasterly type flow. The 500 millibar height anomaly for week 6 again just suggests a ridge taking over, you know, over just to the east of the country, bringing the wind from like an east to southeasterly direction. This should be a warmer week. Let's have a look at the temperature anomaly. Yes, finally, we get some warmer than average temperatures, not just the UK, but for most parts of Europe. Just about all areas have gone warmer than average at this point. So it could actually be quite a hot week, because, I mean, it's 6 weeks away. It's a strong signal, that. So that might actually be a bit of a heat wave across many parts of Europe. And the week 6 precipitation anomaly, again, it's a weak signal, but probably hints at going drier than average. Right then, so that's it. So we do eventually get some warmer, drier weather, but we have to wait 6 weeks for it. Before that, we're in for a bit of a cool, wet period. If the ECM extended is right, with a lot of pretty grim weather through the rest of April and possibly lasting into the early part of May too. It's all food for thought. It's all just speculation. You know, I'm going to do this all over again in a few minutes with JMA Friday as well, and we'll see what the Japanese and CFS models have got to say. So it's all just, you know, speculation and for fun. Any forecast beyond 5 to 7 days comes with big health warnings, of course. course. So we are going to be back later on, very shortly actually, with JMA Friday, and then I'll have a 10 to 14 day video update for you later on this afternoon. And then, as I say, I'm live streaming with Savvy after 10 o'clock tonight, and we're going to have a laugh, and we're going to try and raise as much money as we can for the air ambulance. So I shall see you live with Savvy after 10, but for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.